I'll take a minute to look at my shirt.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to mute you all here. Good to see everyone this morning. Right. All righty, we'll get started. So make your way to your hands and your knees. Come into child's pose. Press your hips to your heels. Stretch your fingertips to the front of your mat. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring all your awareness, all your focus onto your breath. Notice your lungs as they expand on your inhale and contract on the exhale. And pull your shoulder blades onto your spine, so drawing your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Spread your fingers apart wide. And take another deep breath in. Empty out. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up towards the sky. And notice your hands. And take your peace fingers out towards the edges of your mat. Create external rotation in your shoulders. And draw your heels down towards the back of your mat. Pull your toes up from the earth. Spread your toes apart wide. 3 more deep breaths here. Gaze in between your feet. Inhale. Exhale, empty. Do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. Ha. Cross your right ankle over your left. Press your left heel down as much as you can towards the back of your mat. You should feel a little stretch or create a little stretch in your calves. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Take one more deep breath in. Empty out. Switch sides. And cross your left ankle over your right, or whichever you did, you'll switch to the other side. Draw your heel down towards the earth. Create a nice stretch in the back of your calf muscle. And pull your shoulders away from your ears here, shoulder blades into your spine, keeping that integrity in your upper body. One more breath. Exhale, release and cross your ankles. And inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes. Raise your heels towards the sky. Exhale, press your heels down towards the back of your mat. Do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press down. One more time, deep breath. Come all the way up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, press your heels to the floor. Bring a slight bend to your knees. Soften your joints. And set your gaze between your hands. And step your feet to your wrists, ragdoll. Take your feet hip width distance or wider. Then create some space in your mat this morning, space in your body. And notice the direction of your feet here. Bring both of your feet to 12 o'clock. Big toes face the front of your mat. And reach the crown of your head down towards the floor. And take your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Pull your chest to your thighs. Yeah, so you're active here in your ragdoll, not just hanging out, not waiting for the next pose to come. It's being in creation, the very first pose of your practice to the very last pose of your practice this morning. 3 more breaths. And press down into your feet, bend your knees even more if you need to here. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hands to your mat. Toe heel your feet together. Extended mountain pose. Reach up to the sky. Yeah, so unless you're intentionally modifying here, bring your big toes to meet. Create a little space at the backs of your heels. Set your gaze up between your fingertips and pull the sides of your body, your rib cage up towards your ears. Take a full breath in, maybe a back bend. Hands to your heart center. Set your gaze at your fingertips. We'll begin with 1 Om. Om. Extended mountain pose, reach up. Forward fold, bring your fingertips to your mat or to your shins if you're modifying. Take a deep breath in, lift halfway, flatten out your back, pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Exhale, take a bow, pull your chest to your thighs. Inhale, half rise, reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. Take your tailbone to the back of your mat. High plank. Plant your hands flat on your mat, step your feet back. Breathe. Yeah, so come back. It's the quality of your breath here in your practice this morning. Press the palms of your hands into your mat. Spread your fingers apart wide. Take another inhale. Stay for the exhale. Low plank. Hover above your mat or to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your chest to the top of your mat. Upper arm bones go back. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Empty it out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last time, fill your lungs up. Maybe you let out a sigh this time. Look forward. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. Rise halfway. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Rise up. A full breath in here. Press down into the 4 corners of your feet. Take a bow. Lift halfway. High plank. Pull your outer shins in. Deep breath. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Land your feet at the top of your mat. Halfway rise. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Fill your lungs. Rise up to the sky. Look up between your hands. Bow forward. Lift halfway. High to low plank. Moving with your breath here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Jump forward. Lift halfway. Fold. Extended mountain. Rise up, your fullest expression. Forward fold. Lift halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Look forward. Float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. 1 breath. Rise up. Bow forward. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. 1 breath in. Empty out. Go again, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Half rise, fold, extended mountain, arc your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bow. Rise halfway, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. One more sun A, walk or jump forward. Half rise, fold, extended mountain, press down into your feet, reach high, go low, bow. Half rise, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Deepen your breath, ujjayi breath here. Pull your outer shins in towards one another. Draw your upper arm bones back. You want to create tapas here in your body, right? So that internal heat in your body. And that starts with hugging the musculature into the bone. They're really pulling everything in, keeping it engaged. Take a full breath. Let the air go. Look forward. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. Half rise. Fold. Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And same thing here. Squeeze your leg muscles into your bone muscles. Sit your hips down lower. And shift your weight back into your heels. Press down to the center of your heels. Lift and spread your toes apart. 5 more breaths. And what can you create here? Sit into this and generate that internal heat. Draw your upper arm bones back. Good. 2 more breaths here. You can do this. Stay with it. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Lift halfway. Jump back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right wrist. Warrior 1. Root into the knife edge of your back foot. Bring your front knee over your front ankle. Breathe. Good. Stacey and everyone, take your right knee out towards your right pinky toe. And so you want to open external rotation in your front knee, your front hip. Take a full breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Reach your right hand to the front of your mat, left hand to the back of your mat. Everyone walk your right foot up even more. So you really get into your legs this morning, wake them up. Bring your front thigh parallel to your mat. 5 more breaths here. When that moment that you want out, I invite you, can you stay? Can you take another breath in? Be with the sensations. It's okay to be uncomfortable. You just breathe through this comfort here. 2 more breaths. Doing great. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bring your left foot to your left wrist, warrior 1. Ground down the 4 corners of your feet. Reach up to the sky. Set your gaze between your fingertips. Stack your front knee over your front ankle, looking for that alignment in your front knee. Breathe. Everyone breathe here. Warrior 2, reach your left hand to the front of your mat, your right hand to the back of your mat. And notice where your gaze is at. Aaron and everyone, take your gaze to your front middle finger. Just be intentional in the pose. And walk your front foot forward a little bit more. 5 more deep breaths here. Left knee out towards your left pinky toe. 3 more breaths. Sink into this. Bring your front thigh parallel to your mat. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Fill your lungs up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Great work. Take a breath in. Let it go. Make your way to the top of your mat. Half rise, forward fold, Utkatasana. Shift your weight back into your heels. Now pull your knees back behind your toes. Press your outer shins in towards one another. Squeeze your leg muscles. Everyone sink deeper into this. 3 more breaths, 3 more opportunities to go deeper, to take your practice to your edge. Hug in, fill your lungs up, bow forward. Lift halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward, warrior one. Move right into your warrior one. Open warrior two. Take your stance wide, keep your feet wider than you normally would go. So commit to your growth, commit to getting uncomfortable here and being curious. And like worst case scenario, you go too far and you come back a little, back off if you need to. Flip your right palm up, reach back, reverse your warrior, breathe, lunge forward into your front leg, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Take a big step forward, inhale, rise up. Warrior two, open your left knee to your left pinky toe. And come forward in your front leg. And flip your left palm up, reach back, reverse warrior. Look back as you go back. Flow to your mat, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Look forward, leap to the top of your mat. Half rise, fold, Utkatasana. 3 breaths. Hug in towards your center line. Tuck your tailbone, lift the front of your pelvis. Fold forward. Half rise, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Take a big breath in, rise up. Warrior two. 3 breaths in your warrior two. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Front thigh parallel to your mat. Deep breath in, flip your palm up, reach back. Reverse warrior, 3 breaths. Ground down the 4 corners of your feet. Reach back further than you think you can go. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Deepen your breath. Deepen the pose. Sometimes that's coming forward more in your leg, and sometimes it's simply taking in more air. That can deepen the pose as well. Flip your left palm up, reach back, reverse warrior, 3 breaths. Come forward even more in your front leg. Can everyone get into your legs here? Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Do that again. Inhale. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. Look forward, light as a feather. Land your feet at the top of your mat. Half rise, forward fold, Utkatasana. 1 breath, rise up, bow forward. Lift halfway, shoot back, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Take a breath, reach up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior, go back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Stay with your breath. Reverse warrior. Flow to your mat, Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Empty out. Look forward. We'll go again. Jump. half rise, fold, Utkatasana, squeeze your leg muscles, Uttanasana, forward fold, half rise, Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Oh yes, your other left side, reach up, warrior two, reverse your warrior, just seeing if you're paying attention this morning, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one, open up, warrior two, reverse your warrior, Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, deep breath in, deep breath out, one more sun B, float to the top of your mat, half rise, fold, Utkatasana, bow, half lift, Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one, bringing a little more flow here, warrior two, reverse, Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one, move with your breath at your pace, warrior two, reverse, Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog, downward facing dog, 5 deep breaths in your down dog. Set your gaze between your feet. Yeah, and know too that anytime you need to back off or rest, you can always go to child's pose, the pose we began in. And 2 more breaths here. And inhale. Exhale completely. And everyone come to your knees for just a moment here. So we're gonna play a little bit this morning here. I'm gonna demo it on my mat so you can see here for a moment. We're gonna play with coming into high plank, and from high plank, jumping forward into Yogi Squat or Goddess pose, you might know it as. All right, so you're gonna come into your high plank. Option to drop your knees here as well, if you'd like. And so I want my shoulders over my wrists, and I'm gonna create that external rotation in my hands here. So I'm gonna pivot my hands out, my peace fingers out towards the edges of my mat in high plank. All right, shoulders are stacked over my wrists. And you have the option to lift to your knees here. All right, so I'm creating a straight line here from the top of my head to my heels, one straight line. Mindful your hips aren't dipping or your butt's not up in the air. All right, and from here, what you're gonna do is hop forward into your Yogi Squat and hop back into your high plank. All right, so this is what we want to see. Right? What we don't want to see is from your high plank hopping forward and then hopping back. And notice how my shoulders are no longer in alignment. They're not over my wrists. I want to keep high plank. So even if that means you drop your knees and you step one foot forward and the other foot forward and then stepping back, you can do that as well. All right, so we're going to go do that on your mat now. Come into your high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Option to hop forward into your Yogi Squat or Goddess pose, or step one foot at a time, and then hop back into your high plank. And you'll keep going, just like that. Breathe. Fire up your Ujjayi breath. Pit of your belly in and up. And just keep going, we'll take 10 more. 9, 8, you've got this. 7, modify however you need to get access to this. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into your high plank. I'll move right into side plank. feet together at the back of your mat. And side plank, I'm going to bring your left hand down, reach your right hand up. Breathe. You can drop your knee to the earth is a great way to take side plank. Set your gaze to your top thumb. And if you're stacking your ankles, bring your ankles right over one another. Option to lift your top leg up. Maybe you go for your ankle or your big toe with your peace fingers. 3 more breaths here. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Lift your hips up. 1 more breath. Look down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. And come forward into your high plank. Feet together at the back of your mat. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to jump into your Yogi Squat. Yeah, so we'll go to a side plank soon, but we're going to take 10 more hops. Again, hopping forward into goddess pose and hopping back, or option to step 1 foot forward and 1 foot back at a time. And 7 more. 6. Got this, breathe. 5, pit of your belly, in and up, engage your core, Uddiyana Bandha. 3 more. 2, 1, come back into your high plank, left side plank. Right hand down, reach your left hand up to the sky. Stack your ankles over one another or bring your knee to the earth. Breathe. Lift your top leg if you did it on the other side and go for it here. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Keep the integrity in your shoulders here. Hug in. Lift your hips up higher. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let out a sigh. Look to the top of your mat. Walk or jump there. Half rise. Fold. Utkatasana. Pull your knees back behind your toes. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift the front of your pelvis. Fill your lungs up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to take an open twist. Reach your right hand to the back of your mat. Reach your left hand to the front of your mat. Set your gaze out over your right shoulder or to your right thumb. Keep your knees, keep your knees in alignment here with one another. So notice if one wants to pop out, pull them back in one line. Sit your hips down a little lower. Maybe you even line your hips up with your knees this morning. Take a breath in. On your exhale, twist a little deeper from your upper back, thoracic spine. 2 more breaths. Sit into this. Fire up your leg muscles. Generate vitality in your body this morning. Release. Ragdoll. Separate your feet hip width distance. Catch opposite elbows. Maybe you sway, or if you want to make fists with your hands and pat down your thighs, you can do that. Release your hands. Catch a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, half rise. Reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. Tuck your chin to your chest. Fold. Lift halfway. Flatten your back. Maybe you bend your knees more. Bend your elbows more. Fold. And come up halfway. Exhale, bow. Let go of your toes. Step your feet together, Bukit. Ujjayi breath here. Come back into your breath. Hands to your heart center. Everyone sit down a little lower here, like at least 2 feet lower. Like lower, that place that like you've decided as far as you can go, sit lower than that. Open up. You're gonna take your left hand to the back of your mat, reach your right hand to the front of your mat. Gaze over your left shoulder or to your left thumb. Shift your weight back into your heels. Pull your toes up from the earth. Spread all 10 toes out on your mat. 3 more breaths here. If your bottom wants to stick out, tuck your tailbone under. Lift the front of your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Release. Ragdoll. Bring your feet hip width distance. And gorilla, slide the palms of your hands under your feet. Bring your toes to meet the insides of your wrist crease. So if your legs aren't hip width distance, go ahead and bring your legs hip width distance first. Then slide your hands under your feet. Shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet, light in your heels. Deep breaths. Pull your chest towards your thighs each breath. Working a fuller expression. Committing to your growth this morning. And sometimes growth is uncomfortable, that's okay. This means you're doing the work. One more, inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. And come forward, high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. Back of your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. And from here, hop forward, goddess pose, yogi squat. Let's go again. Option to step forward and back or to hop. And maybe just try on hopping and then go from there and see what you need. 10 more hops. Pit of your belly in and up. 9, 8, got this. 7, 6, yeah, give up whether you love or hate this and just go, like be in action. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Awesome job. Take a big breath in, open up your mouth, stick out your tongue, lion's breath, ha. Look to the top of your mat, walk or jump there. Halfway rise, forward fold, extended mountain pose, reach up. Bring your hands to your hips, standing leg raise, bend your right knee. Press your right palm on top of your right knee or go for your big toe with your peace fingers. You're working a fuller expression this morning. If you have a hold of your big toe, straighten your leg out in front of you. And Aaron and everyone, press down through the inner arch of your left foot. Open up. Take your right knee towards the right side of your mat. Left arm out towards the left side of your mat. Gaze to your left thumb. Press through the 4 corners of your feet. Three more breaths. Now, if you fall out, I invite you, come back. Recommit. Inhale. Exhale, bring everything back to center line. Keep your knee bent. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Airplane. Kick your right leg to the back of your mat. Bring your arms by your sides, palms of your hands face down. Option to interlace your hands behind your back. If you want to play a little bit more here, Everyone lift your chest up towards the top of your mat. As if you're in upward facing dog, that same action with your chest higher than your hips. And roll your pinky toe and your right foot down towards your mat. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Half moon. Right hand to your mat, or if you have a block or a prop, use that. Take your left hand up towards the sky or ceiling, wherever you're at. And gaze up, find your feet here. Slight bend to your knee and your standing leg. And go for sugar cane, bend your top knee, catch your top foot with your hand or maybe your ankle. Lift your chest wherever you're at. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Set your gaze up, even if it means you fall out. Good, hug everything in, generating that internal heat. Tapas here. Take a deep breath in. Your exhale, you're gonna switch hands. Take revolved half moon. So left hand comes down, right hand goes up. Erin, you have the option to stay in half moon if you like, not taking any closed twists. Breathe. Press down into your standing foot and create the stability from the ground up. Take one more breath. Look down, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Empty out. Walk or float forward. Halfway rise. Fold. Extended mountain rise up. Hands to your hips. Standing leg raise. Bend your left knee. Place your left palm on your left knee or go for your big toe with your peace fingers. Soften your joints. Keep a slight bend in your standing knee. Open up. Take your left leg, the left side of your mat, right arm, the right side of your mat. Gaze to your right thumb. Yeah, it's okay to be wobbly. It's okay to fall out. And you just reset, you come back. It's just practice for life. When you fall out in life, you pick yourself back up, you come back. And take a breath in. Exhale everything back to center line. Keep your knee bent. Reach up. Airplane. Extend your left leg to the back of your mat. Dial all 5 of your toes and your left foot towards your mat. Square your hips to the earth. Lift your chest higher than your hips. If you want to interlace your hands, again, go for it here. Take 3 deep breaths. Notice where your gaze is at. Set it 2 inches in front of you. Hands to your heart center. Half moon. Bring your left hand to your mat or your block. Reach your right hand to the sky. Gaze to your top thumb. And stack your hips over one another. And stack your shoulders over one another. Sugar cane, bend your top knee, catch your top foot. Lift your chest. Don't let your upper body collapse here. Draw your thoracic spine in. Pull your upper arm bones back. Breathe in. Exhale. Switch hands. Revolved half moon. Deepen your breath even more. Ground down the 4 corners of your feet. And reach the crown of your head towards the top of your mat. Take one more breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat, high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrist. Hop forward into your Yogi Squat, Goddess pose. Go again. And hop back. And keep going. I'm mindful that your shoulders stay stacked over your wrist as you hop back and forth. And go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. If you're not there already, make your way to down dog. And step your right foot forward, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, triangle. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right shin or to a block, a prop. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. Face your right foot to 12 o'clock. So everyone take a peek at your right foot. Bring it to 12. Yeah, so you're not twisting your front ankle here. Good. Reach up, look up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, pull your top lung back. Bring your bottom lung forward. Inhale, lengthen. Twist a little deeper. Now, 1 more. This is it. Fullest expression. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Left side. Warrior 1. Move right into your left side. Open, warrior 2. Breathe, everyone. Straighten your front leg, triangle, Trikanasana. Bring your left hand to the outside of your left shin. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Set your gaze and breathe. All you need to be successful in your practice, your breath, your gaze. Press your inner ankles back, your outer ankles down, reach up higher. Exhale, twist deeper. Lengthen. And pull your top lung back. 1 more time. Deep breath. Expand from the inside out. Look down. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Feet together at the back of your mat, high plank. We're gonna go last set we're gonna do. Hop forward into your Yogi Squat and hop back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you've got this, 5 more, halfway there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay on your belly. Make your way onto your belly. Rest on your favorite cheek. And bring your arms by your side. And switch cheeks. And bring your forehead to the center of your mat. Bend your knees, catch your ankles, floor bow. Lift up. Lift your chest towards the top of your mat. If you're modifying, you can come onto your right forearm, reach back and catch your left ankle with your left hand. Everybody lift. Draw your shoulder blades into your spine. Expand your chest, your upper back. Take 1 more breath in. Come up more. Lower down. Bring your chest back onto your mat. Take your knees side to side. And go again. Floor bow, number 2, lift up. You've got this. Grab your ankles. Go now. Breathe. Hug. skin to muscle to bone. And with the work to come from your legs here. Good, Aaron. Everyone lift up, lower down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And shake it out. Take a breath in. Empty it out. Ha. Look between your hands. Walk or jump through to seated. And make your way onto your back. Set up for bridge. Plant your feet flat on your mat. Walk your heels back till they touch your fingertips. Lift your hips to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your back. Shimmy your shoulder blades in towards one another. And press down into your feet. Take a breath in. Lift your hips up higher. Inhale. Lift up even more. Lower down. Take your knees left and right. And plenty enough warmed up for wheel now. Bring your hands by your ears. Straighten your arms. Lift up. Wheel pose. Go now. Both of your feet to 12 o'clock. Press your hips to the sky. Now you've got this. Take a deep breath in. Lower your hips to your mat. All the way down. Take your knees side to side. I'll go again, wheel. And I invite you, like if wheel is in your practice, if you can, you must just step into this. Instead of like deciding like how many you can do, what if you were just open to the possibility of just being in the pose, like not deciding anything, just letting it unfold. Take a deep breath in, lift up higher, chin to chest, come all the way down. And take your knees left and right, and wheel. Pop right up. If we have any time to think about this, let's go. Like be in action. Be in creation of your practice this morning. Full breath in. Lower down. Bring your hips to your mat. Knees side to side. Move 3 more. 3 more. Wheel. Lift up. If you need bridge, you have injuries, something like that happening, then you can do that. But if you have wheel, if you can, go for it. Take a full breath in, come all the way down. Knees side to side. That leaves us with 2 more. Wheel, oh now. Christine and everyone, lift up. Wheel pose, you've got this. Ground down the 4 corners of your feet. Lower down. Knees side to side, take a breath in. Empty out. Last one. This is it. Wheel, like calling all wheels. Lift up. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. 2. Press your hips up higher. 1 more breath. Come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together. Your knees fall open to the edges of your mat. And rest a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. You know, for me, even though there's been a lot of strife like happening around me in the world, this practice, just being able to come back to my mat, getting into my body, into my breath, that's really just allowed me to find more ease, to move through each day with more ease. And it's our moments of greatest strife that create the most possibility for growth and to see things in new ways. And so I invite you, like, how can you shift your perspective, your practice, or maybe there's somewhere in your life you've been viewing things a certain way. Shift your perspective there. And take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Maybe you rock left and right, get a little back massage happening for yourself. And come back to center. Stack your knees over your hips. Interlace your hands behind your head or bring your fingertips to your temples. And extend your right leg out to a hover in front of you. Bring your right elbow across to your left knee. So you can tap your elbow to your knees. Alice, both shoulder blades off of your mat. Hold it here. Breathe. And switch. Go the other way. Take your left leg out. Hold it here. Flex your toes towards your knees. Activate your core, pit of your belly, in and up. Switch. Go the other way. Hold. See if you can really lift both shoulders off of your mat, shoulder blades, even if it's like an inch off. Go for it. Switch. Go the other way. Breathe. Notice if your knees are past your hips. Keep your knees over your hips. Reach with your elbows. Switch. Go the other way. Breathe. And switch. And keep going side to side, bringing a little bit more of a pace, more flow in here. Moving. Can you create ease when maybe it doesn't feel like there's so much ease? Breathing, like your breath is a great place to start to create ease. And keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, keep going, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, last set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stay with it, keep going. And release. Lower your legs, your arms back onto your mat. Maybe you take a full body stretch, reach your arms up over your head, straighten your legs out in front of you. Take a deep breath in and let out a sigh. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll 3 times from your head to your tailbone. You can get your feet up over your head like you're going into plow. Go for it. We'll meet up in downward facing dog. Can vinyasa through one last time if you'd like. High to low, up dog, down dog, or maybe you go right to your down dog. Like, what do you need to feel complete here? Listening to that, listening for that. Take a deep breath in. Let out a sigh. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bring your right knee to your right wrist, half pigeon. If you have a block or something you can prop underneath your right hip, your right thigh, go for it. And make your way onto your forearms. And square your hips to your mat. Press your left hip down towards the floor. And make your way off of your forearms, making your way into your fullest expression. So even here, still creating tapas. And tapas really in Sanskrit, it's like, yes, it's internal heat, but also like burning away the old to create space for the new. And reach forward. And reach for something new in your practice. And take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, empty out. Downward facing dog. And shake whatever movement you need to, shake it out. Just kind of hitting the reset button here for a moment. And bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg to the sky. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. Half pigeon. And fold forward. Set your gaze down at your mat. Three more breaths. Make your way off of your forearms. Reach forward. Your fullest expression. Inhale. Exhale, empty. Walk your hands up by your hips. If you have a prop underneath you, go ahead and remove it. Slide your back leg around to the front of your mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Now make your way onto your back, moving right into an inversion of your choice. If you need something restorative, waterfall, slide a block underneath your hips, raise your legs to the sky, or maybe just take your legs straight up. Shoulder stand, headstand, handstand. If it's in your practice, meaning you've been working on it. Shoulder stand, make your way into plow, bring your feet over your head. Everyone press through the four corners of your feet. Plow to deaf man's pose, bring your knees to your ears. Headstand to child's pose. And deaf man's pose, back to plow. Into shoulder stand. Everyone lower your legs back onto your mat. And we'll come into butterfly. Lay on your back. Let everyone come onto your back. Feet together. Your knees fall open whatever direction they want. And rest your hands wherever is comfortable for you. And press the four corners of your feet into one another. Pull your toes back towards your knees. And just soaking up these last few moments of your practice. It's a little short reading here for you. And just focus on your breath, just allowing your body to sink into your mat. You have the power to redefine your world. One power we gain on our journey to the heart is the ability to redefine what we believe. We learn to see things in a new way. We usually have a definition for most areas of our lives, particularly important areas such as work, love, money, and ourselves. But we're not always conscious of it. The experiences we go through can help our definitions surface, help us see more clearly how we define these areas. That's called growth. This growth this process of redefining will happen naturally on our path, but we can also consciously, actively work on our own definitions. Ask yourself if you're defining something or someone right now in a way that you'd like to change. Perhaps a work relationship, a love relationship, a project, or an issue that's causing you distress. You may find you have the power to redefine this area in a way that minimizes or reduces your pain. A healing professional and a friend once taught me a technique that can be used on any subject you're trying to define. On a sheet of paper, write down everything you currently believe, including and especially everything about the subject or the issue that's causing you distress. That's your current definition. And on another sheet of paper, write down how you want to redefine those areas of your life and your involvement in it. This is your highest truth and what's possible. You don't have to let past definitions of life, love, and yourself limit you anymore. You are free to redefine and help create the life you choose. You're free to see life in a new way. And take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more big inhale. Exhale. Option to stay here or go ahead and move into Savasana. Savasana, straighten your legs out. Bring your arms by your side. Rest. Deepen your breath. And bring some subtle movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Kick your head left and right. Now roll to your right-hand side. And with your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seated position facing the front of your mat. And bring your hands to your heart center and sit up tall. We'll seal our time together with one Om. Breathe in. Om. Bring your thumbs to the middle of your forehead. The love and the light in me honors and sees the love and the light in each of you. Namaste. Awesome job, everyone. Really great work this morning. So a couple of things we have going on at the studio. So we have Power Yoga Basics workshop series coming up. It's all virtual. So if you really want to learn about the foundation of this practice, Baptiste Yoga is the style that we practice here, or maybe you know someone who is new to the practice or might be a little intimidated, this is a great opportunity for them to come and learn virtually with Leah, breaking down all the poses, alignment, showing modifications. So whether you're like brand new to the practice or you've been practicing for many years, coming back to the foundations, the basics of this practice, there's something for everyone to take away from it. So I highly encourage it. Great way to stay plugged into the community as well. Also, we have inversion immersion. So if you want to get upside down, you want to learn how to get into some of these arm balances and then how to exit safely, more importantly, there's an opportunity to do that as well with Leah and Amber. So you can go to our website or give us a call. We can help you get signed up for that. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, your week, and I hope to see you back in virtual class soon. I'll unmute you guys here. So there we go. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Christine, I didn't see you signed up on the Mbody app, so if you wouldn't mind just going in and signing up there. Or if you want to give me your last name, I can go in and get you signed up. Bye, Stacey.
Hi, thanks again. I was going to show you my window. It was snowing.
Is it? No
Just
way.
flurry. It's done now, but it's very annoying.
It's April and it's snowing.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Christine, what was your last name?